Take it to 10.
What is up, everyone? Welcome to the Underdog Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Nolan Skian, alongside Antonio Fiore, Salestrina. Gentlemen,
We're back.
we
are back. You said my name, and I went to look at a camera, and I looked over there, and I had to find it.
You missed the camera.
I missed the camera. It's been too long.
It's been way too long, and I gotta tell you guys, I'm getting horny because I don't know.
Horny?
If you guys
You're
are
bricked up.
Yeah, because it's that time of year where everything dies down, and then there's just baseball, which everyone hates baseball except for Antonio, and then it heats up. And then it heats up, right? When we start seeing camp and everything for NFL, you're
That's the best when you go on Twitter
that's
and
when
you
it
just
gets
see,
crazy.
Someone jump over a cornerback or something. You're like, it's time.
And someone randomly tweets 6 more Sundays until football.
Or they're just random Twitter bloggers, just Julio Jones caught a touchdown in the back of the end zone or something like that. You're just yes,
yeah,
it's time.
Yeah. So I'm at that point, and I need it now, and I need it right now.
Right now.
Oh, it's great this time of year. August leading into September.
Sports though, they have to do something about this time of year.
It's supposed to be baseball's time to shine, but baseball doesn't get the spotlight. Nobody talk, and I feel like
when it's pennant race, it should maybe a little bit, but still, football is football. Football is football, and that's king.
How often on ESPN or Fox Sports or anything like that do you hear people talking about baseball?
Never.
Or even regular podcasts, anything else, any sports media. There's barely any baseball.
Now
it's too long. It's the middle of the season right now, so no one knows what to talk about.
Yeah.
Well, we got trade deadline in a couple of days, but I mean, it's been so long. I don't want to start going baseball heavy because we got another plan for today. Because Sal and I could sit here and talk about what's been going on in baseball and what might happen in baseball for 45 minutes, and that's just not what we're planning to do today. That's another time. But pennant race and beginning of the NFL season, I'm excited.
We're going heavy NFL today, and we thought
and going forward, honestly, this is
yes.
NFL. We love the NFL here.
And so I think what we're
fantasy soon.
Now
it's August. We got to start looking at that.
I'm
shit!
Fucking horny, dude.
Wow.
What?
I got to get in a league with you this year somehow.
I got to set up a league with us very soon.
Our league, and then
there's the one in our chat, but I want to be in a league with you this year because I haven't done that.
I didn't even think
I thought I was in that league with you last year.
Oh, I bet it was crap then. It must have been an 8-man league.
I didn't even.
I don't remember. I think it was 10-man.
He said fantasy, and I'm just oh yeah, no, we did a draft in a couple weeks here.
Yeah. When did
it's July 31st,
right.
But
I mean, there's some leagues I really don't have a preference as long as it's past August 10th. But we've drafted in August 11th before. Some people like to do it August 20 something.
You got to do it way towards the end of training camp because so much bullshit happens where it's
right.
You draft whoever Dalvin Cook 5th overall, and then it's oh yeah, Dalvin Cook torn hamstring.
We've had that happen after drafts too.
That's nice. So annoying when that happens. You can't draft too early.
Your season's over before it starts at that point.
So what we thought we would do today is go back in time, turn back the clock to this time last year when we predicted what would happen in this past season. And I think I can speak for all three of us when I say we were pretty bad.
I mean,
obviously, there's probably some gems in there that I'm not thinking about.
I gotta have at least one gem. I may be disappointed.
I thought I remember it just being really fucking bad.
So we do AFC and NFC predictions, which we will do for this upcoming year, obviously.
So have you seen what yours looks like a little bit?
Not since you first sent it.
I'm blind.
Not since you first
blind.
sent it.
All right, I like that.
And that was months ago, so I have no idea. I remember we do AF and NFC championship. Then we do division winners, how we think the division is going to stack out with the 4 teams. We
MVP,
did
comeback player of the year, defensive player of the year.
It's probably almost about a year since that exact podcast too.
Probably,
give or take a week or two.
Because this is when we start getting horny. That's what I'm saying.
So I'll just give you guys the record before we dive into it of how we did against the total over/under wins for each team.
Okay.
Nolan went 11 right, 18 incorrect, and then there was 3 that pushed the number. I went 13 and 16, 3 that pushed the number. You went 15 and 14. So not terrible. We went about 500 collectively. The division orders is where it's what were we thinking?
Yeah, I remember a couple. I remember it was We had a couple that were really fucking bad.
So AFC. Go ahead. You're gonna say something?
No, I was trying to think of like what that
But
whole
it's
thing was.
also
I'm
way too.
fine.
Like you think about it too. Like it's so early. Like if I had to take a stab right now for next season, it's like
It's hard to say.
Dude,
hard
I'm
to
sure
say.
if you went and looked at, guys that are on Get Up in the mornings, division predictions from last year,
Oh,
do you think
probably
they're
terrible,
that?
too.
They're probably worse than ours.
no, they're probably really fucking bad.
Yeah.
And it's like
These-
you have teams like think about going into last year. You have teams like Cincinnati. Like no
Yeah,
one
no-
thought
nobody.
Cincinnati.
Cincinnati
gonna
was
be
the big
good.
one. I mean, yeah, Cincinnati was the big.
It's just
breakout
like
team.
random teams that just you would never expect. Like teams that are like 5-12, and you're like, oh, I don't really put too much stock in them. And then they make the playoffs and like win a couple of games. It's like, oh, how did that?
And
happen
then they
year
go
over
to
year?
the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I don't know. I still don't know how that happened. So, AFC East, Pats, Dolphins, Bills, Jets. I should say it finished Bills, Pats, Dolphins, Jets. You went Buffalo, New England, Miami, Jets. I had Buffalo, New England, Jets, Miami. You had Buffalo, New England, Miami, Jets. So that one was pretty good.
Okay, so me
It's
and
the
Antonio
AFC
got that
it's
one.
the
You just
AFC
mixed
East, though.
Miami and the Jets.
I was the one who didn't get it correct because I mixed the Jets.
Oh
and
yeah,
Miami.
because you thought the Jets were gonna win 7 games. Do you remember that?
That was one where it was
That was
like
faded.
Well, no, that's one where the line was like screaming at you to take the under. I thought
That's
they were
true.
like, I thought they were like, this is free money, bet the under. That's what I was thinking.
I would bet
going
it
into it.
this year with what Zach Wilson's going through in the offseason.
He's got the dog in him. Like actually, he's got a
Yeah. If I talked any shit about Zach Wilson in the past year about how he's probably a bust
all
and
gone
how he's
away.
probably not going to be good, I didn't say it.
It's all gone away.
It came from my mouth,
He-
but I didn't
he
say it.
successfully wiped the slate clean for himself, I think.
That dude is going to have...
a really good season.
Yeah, but his hands will be broken week 1 from all the high fives he's going to be getting this offseason.
That's true. Not really too many surprises in that division. I won't say anyone.
No, it's the AFC East. That's one of the easier ones to
I
kinda
guess
pick
like the
out.
Patriots had maybe a little bit better of a season than we would have thought. You had the under on the you both had the under on the Patriots win total 9.5,
And they won.
10.
Shit,
They won
man.
10.
I didn't... Did I say if they were going to make the playoffs, though?
Yes,
I don't remember.
I did say they would.
I'm fairly confident you said.
Okay.
You said so. But
I would feel weird about putting them in second with a winning record and not having them squeeze in. Who knows?
who knows?
I mean, but that line was definitely really good.
9.5,
I mean,
outstanding.
9.5 is a
that's-
great line.
If it was 9.5 again this year, I'd say it's pretty good too.
I think I took it like saying they're winning more than 7-8 games, but 9.5 is outstanding. Maybe.
AFC North. How do you think you guys thought about this division? Because we were all over the place with this.
Can I
division.
guess what my order was?
Yeah. I think that's a better way to do it. I want you guys to guess the order.
All right, you go ahead.
I think I hate Baltimore, but I think like my feelings against Baltimore last year were so strong that I might have picked them to be the 1 seed. I possibly picked the Browns. No, I thought the Browns were going to be nasty last year, actually. I went Browns, Ravens, Steelers, Bengals, right?
Exactly correct.
I forgot. I thought the Browns were going to be amazing.
I probably had Ravens too, and then I probably had Steelers, Browns,
Yep.
Bengals.
Yep, exactly. And then I had Cleveland, Baltimore, Pittsburgh, Cincinnati. Nobody in their right mind bet Cincinnati to win that division. I can tell you
No.
that
No.
much.
Yeah, I forgot, Sal. Me and
You're
you
a time traveler. if
me and
do.
you were talking about Cleveland like maybe going to
Maybe
the
Super Bowl, 100%. Well, you thought in that scenario Baker was going to take another step forward.
So yeah,
The defense was
I thought they were just too
pretty
loaded.
good, and then they added a couple pieces in the offseason. So
Jadeveon Clowney. It was like,
yeah,
come on.
It was like they drafted someone too, but
They're
realistically,
just cursed, bro.
No, realistically, they were one of those teams that you projected out to be able to take another step forward. Now, there's a lot of execution in that, obviously, but they had all the pieces there. It just Baker was not.
They needed to get him out of there.
Yeah, Baker was not the right quarterback for that team, and Mr. 26 cases, I don't know that he is either, but
We'll have to wait and see how that shakes out.
he's a great quarterback. It's just all this hoopla.
Didn't they just pick up what's his face? Oh
a quarterback? Yeah, they did.
yeah, was he in Josh Rosen? Didn't they just pick
That's
him
my
up?
boy. He's the greatest of all time.
I'm pretty sure they just picked him up.
I mean, he got screwed like repeatedly.
Josh Rosen is the best quarterback in the NFL.
Was it Josh Rosen?
If he came in a decent situation, like, don't tell me he would have been that
I
shit.
swear I saw that. Can we like pull that up?
I believe it.
I just want to make sure I'm not
I
getting
thought they
wrong
got somebody else that like is an ass starter, or that's just like one of those guys that ends up on teams like that. I forget though. Maybe he's right. Maybe it is Rosen.
Regardless, the Browns were a lot of people's like Cinderella darling pick last year.
So like he's gonna be in there if Deshaun Watson can't.
It'll be him or
that
Keenum.
offense.
I think they have Keenum too.
Oh, they still have Keenum.
Yeah.
It'll probably be him then. But Josh Rosen finally getting to throw behind an actual offensive line.
Yeah, NFL offensive line. That would be nice. Ravens were a disappointment. They had 11.
Good.
They had so many injuries.
They did have a lot of injuries. Their win total was 11 last year, so they only finished.
What was it like? They had like 46 different combinations that they went with.
Yeah.
Throughout
Well, they
the
also
year,
lost a lot of people in camp too. I remember Dobbins went out. Their tackle went out. I think someone on their defense went out as well. Like they just were cursed last year.
Yeah, they would lose like 2 in a row, win 3 in a row, lose 4 in a row,
Yeah.
win 2 in a row.
Wasn't Lamar banged up too?
Yeah, towards the end of the year, he didn't end up playing. But
their backup played very good.
I was going to say, their backup played very well. And I don't know what's going on with his contract. Is he getting signed? Are they not? Lamar. He's up for an extension next year. So I don't know why they're...
I guess they're probably just hinging it on this year, no?
So what? If he's not that good this year, you're not going to sign him?
I feel like they're way too invested in him not to sign him.
Why haven't they signed him yet? The price is only going up.
I don't know, dude. Because it's like they kind of like got put in a corner because of how bad their year was this year. Whereas like if he went off last year and they had a really decent team, made the playoffs, maybe got to second round of the playoffs, maybe they would have signed him. Now
you're in between a rock and a hard place because he does bad, your team does bad, and then you resign him for less. Okay, I guess.
Then it's like, who would you rather have?
Or he plays really well, your team does really well, and then he's the highest paid quarterback in the league. So like, you're obviously hoping he has a good year, but at the same time, you've screwed yourself by not signing him.
I think making him the highest paid quarterback would be a mistake, though.
I think he demands that, and this.
No, I think it is a mistake, but he would demand that.
He's definitely going to demand that.
He's an MVP. He's been transcendent. They've won like 60-something% of their games since he's been in the league. Like, I don't know how you can't go into those. Like, $230 million to Deshaun Watson. He's getting more than that. He's getting more than Kyler Murray got. Like, who's the highest paid? Rodgers. He probably gets a Rodgers-ish deal.
Is Rodgers the highest paid right now?
Yeah, it's like something ridiculous. It's like $50 million a year.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forget.
Maybe that's why they can't go far in the playoffs.
Dude.
He gives me nightmares.
I don't know.
I came on this podcast every week and said the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah,
and then
gross.
they just shit their pants like
like they always have.
But like, what was? I don't even want to hash into it. But what was that game, man? Like, how do you lose to the 49ers? You score an opening drive touchdown, and then you just are complete and utter dog shit the rest of the game.
I feel like the last couple games of regular season, like you were kind of like, am I seeing like shades of the Packers I know? And I'm like, no, I'm not. They're fine. They're going.
Yeah, you were in on them too, though. It wasn't like I was the only one sitting here saying.
No, it's because I had been so off him for the last 2 years, and everybody hated Aaron Rodgers last year. So I was like, all right,
so we get
back on the Packers.
Can this year be back on the hating Aaron Rodgers trend?
Yeah, fuck them. They suck.
100%.
Let's go.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Let's go.
We're back with that. But
this is an anti-Aaron Rodgers podcast.
But
they suck.
Is it going to be one of those years where everyone's like, he has no weapons, this and that, blah, 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 and then he still throws 40 touchdowns? And
he's gonna.
I don't think it matters. I don't really think it matters.
Why, though? I mean, like...
Because it hasn't mattered ever.
Because it doesn't matter. Last year, it didn't matter. He had one of the best receivers ever.
If he plays well this year, I mean, that should show, like, something. Like, that should...
But
that should
for him or the Packers?
With him playing well, they're still not going to get anywhere.
I mean, they might win their division, but I guess it doesn't matter.
They're probably winning the division.
Their division is so fucking dog shit. That's why.
There's there's them.
There's two teams that are
teams that are extremely average.
So like you automatically have a playoff.
Yeah.
You automatically have a playoff berth. All right, so we just did
West.
AFC West.
Any guesses? We all the same?
Did we all have the same?
We all the same order. That's kind of crazy.
Chiefs, Chargers, Broncos, and who's the other team in that division?
Oh, Vegas.
No, you love the Broncos though.
Oh,
you
I
have
picked
the
them up to
Bron-
be in second.
No, you had it was Chiefs, Chargers, Raiders, Broncos.
I don't think I
That's-
did.
Everyone picked that.
Oh wow, okay.
What was it? One more time.
Chiefs, Chargers, Raiders, Broncos.
That's what we all had.
We all had the same thing.
Hmm.
And you all. So I don't know
I
how.
can't wait to get to our
you def-
predictions for.
Did Denver and Oakland finish with the same record last year though, and Oakland went in on the tiebreaker?
Did Denver and Oakland finish with the same record? No, Denver had 7 wins last year.
No,
I meant to say Los Angeles. I meant to say
remember
Chargers.
the last game of the year? That
It
crazy
was
game.
yeah.
They
It
played
was
each other, right?
Yeah.
Oh right.
And it went to overtime.
Uh-huh.
that was good. That
An
was
awesome
good
game.
stuff last year. I liked that.
Chargers were one of those teams that people liked going into the year, and they barely missed the playoffs. Everyone was like, "Oh, the Chargers."
They
might
definitely
miss some wins."
deserved to be in the playoffs.
I mean, that was a heartbreaking loss.
It was a heartbreaking loss. They would have been cool to see in a playoff game though.
Heartbreaking.
Very good team.
Well, conspiracy theory Sal says that game was never ending in a tie because so many parlays were the Jags to win and the tie.
Yeah.
So they both traded out in the playoffs. That was like the only scenario where the Chargers and the Raiders.
But I mean, the
both went
payout
playoffs.
must have been so insane.
It was
People had to do
like
that.
people. It was like 20 to win like $600,000. Like that was what like the payout was.
So like you had to do that.
But Vegas was like, aw.
Yeah, I mean Vegas is taking it every time.
But like they drew it out to the end of the game. Like it literally was a last.
that.
second
No,
field
that
goal.
was literally that was so
the biggest
good.
tickle of all
It
time.
was so good. I remember us texting. We were like, "No shot. This goes to a tie." Right?
I'm pretty
No shot?
sure I fell asleep in like the second or third quarter, and then I woke up and it was still overtime.
Wasn't it the Chargers coach's fault
Yeah.
Yeah,
because he took that
Called
timeout?
Yep.
because he wanted to go for it. He wanted to go for the win.
dude. And then the Chargers, and then the Raiders were like, you shouldn't have done that. We were just gonna kneel." That's crazy. I'd be so mad if I had that parlay.
Oh yeah,
And that shit
Denver.
happened.
Denver is very mediocre, but Russell Wilson coming on, I guess we'll say.
We'll talk about it in our predictions.
And
Yeah, I
then
can't wait to get to our predictions. Bro.
Raiders. I mean, I would say they were very surprising. The win total was 7. They beat it by 3 wins. No, there was a whole bunch of John Gruden nonsense. Henry Ruggs with what he did. They had something else happen too, I thought, last year, but
Well, didn't Josh Jacobs get hurt, right?
Josh Jacobs got hurt. I mean, they had a lot of missing pieces, but Derek Carr played
They made it
phenomenal
happen.
last year. With the
And I think
cast
he'll
that
play
around him, it was
phenomenal
like,
this year.
with the cast around him, it was Darren Waller and nothing.
I've seen a lot of buzz around him in the MVP bets already.
Mr. Carr?
Yeah, but you know what's going to happen? He's not going to get MVP because everyone's just saying that he's a lock for MVP.
A lock is a strong word.
Yeah, lock
Like,
is a strong word, but I didn't
Remember
know
when
what else to say.
Mitch Trubisky was the most bet quarterback for MVP like 3 years ago?
I do remember that.
That's so gross.
And he had like the worst season ever.
It was terrible. So I think he had like 8 touchdowns.
The
The Bears are supposed to be like pretty good.
Chiefs are the Chiefs. I mean, I feel like they're kind of like the Patriots where they have those high 10, 11, 12 win totals every year, and they're probably just going to get there every year. Like, you'd have Patrick Mahomes, you're going to win double-digit games.
So far, we haven't been that bad.
No, it's actually been pretty decent, but it's like...
What we have now, AFC
yeah,
South?
The further we get into this, the worse it gets.
No, the NFC might be a mess.
No, the NFC is terrible. We did really bad, I think.
Oh, AFC South first.
Oh, yeah.
Any guess?
I mean, weren't you guys like the Colts a lot, right?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, we were all.
Did
on
I
the
also
Colts.
have the Colts up there?
No, you hate
I
the
wasn't.
Colts.
I hated the Colts. That's right.
You had Tennessee, Indy, Jacksonville, Houston, and we had Indy, Tennessee, Jacksonville, Houston. But Jacksonville was the worst team in the league last year, or one of them with Urban
Yeah.
Meyer.
I mean, Houston was still pretty bad too.
Yeah, the Colts.
That division's awful.
The Colts and the Titans kind of battled it out for some of the year. The Titans were a way better team last year, though. Colts came in with high expectations.
So what was the
though.
actual order?
Was it Tennessee, Indy, Houston, Jacksonville?
Oh, okay.
So we were a little off on that one.
Did I say?
got
I
that
said
one?
Jacksonville was getting third, right?
No, just you had Jacksonville third.
Oh, F.
Yeah, you flip those.
Oh yeah, Houston
Titans-
was kind of horny in the middle of the year.
Titans had 12 win total of 12 before the season.
That's crazy.
Which
What?
Oh no, I read that wrong. I'm sorry.
Oh.
They had a win total of 9. They won 12 games.
Okay.
My mistake.
Antonio
My
almost
mistake.
shit himself.
Yeah, you were like, Antonio was like, I should have hammered the under on that. No.
My God.
9 was the win total. They won 12 games. But we all had the over. We all had the over on that. So
That's
mean,
good. I mean,
don't know. It's
yeah,
actually,
9 seemed like a little low for them after the year they had before.
It's actually not looking too bad the more I look at this. But the next one is where it's
The NFC East.
Yeah. Then
So we didn't.
No, the NFC.
The
we
team that
botched
me
the
and Zal
NFC.
picked to win the division
was not the best choice. Cowboys, Eagles, Giants, Washington. How do we think?
I think we were really high in the Giants. That's all I remember.
I
You
don't know
were
why.
too.
I think we all
Oh,
were.
shit.
I think we all said they were going to win 10 games.
We did. We said 9-10
We
games.
basically had the division backwards, like from what it actually was. So
Don't tell me. Don't tell me we had the Giants first.
Washington,
We did not
Dallas,
have the
Philly?
Giants first, did we?
Yeah.
I must have had Dallas first.
Oh yeah, we
so
did.
you had Giants, Washington, Dallas, Philly.
There's no shot, dude.
I had the
put
same thing,
Dallas
right?
that low.
Huh?
Did I have the same thing?
You had Washington,
Oh, I didn't pick the Giants.
Giants, Dallas, Philly. I had Giants, Dallas, Philly, Washington.
That's nuts, dude.
Um,
I literally almost put it backwards.
Washington had a win total of 8. Giants had 7. Eagles had 6.5. Cowboys had 9. And we basically got them all wrong.
Why did we hate the Cowboys so much?
Because they were gross the season before. They were. Dak broke his leg, I guess, halfway through the year. But like, they were not.
Yeah, that probably would have.
They were not good heading into the year. And then
Okay, that makes more sense then, because I forgot that he broke his foot.
it was just one of those teams where it was like, I don't know, everything seems to like need to go right for them to be the division winner, but who knows? So they had a win total of 9, and they went over. They got to 12. We all had under. Eagles had a win total of 6.5. You both had under. I had over, and it was 9. Giants 7, and we all had the over, and they won 4 games.
We loved the Giants, dude.
And Washington had a win total of 8 and barely went under. You both had over, so you guys did not.
That's all I remembered from our predictions.
You guys did not get a total right in that division. You guys went over 4.
Who would?
I feel like,
How do you pick that division every year?
but it's every year. It's not just like it's a one-off thing. Every year, it like always flip-flops. It's like Washington wins it, then Philly wins it, then Dallas wins it. But it's never consistent year over year with all those teams.
the Giants getting last place has been the only fucking constant in that division.
The
in
last couple
4
of years.
I know. We were like, this is the Giants year. Like, they're going to have a breakout year.
Nope.
And they did exactly what I think everyone else probably expected them to.
No, I think but they had a decent amount of people still on TV saying like, yeah, they should be taking a step this year. Everything
What
like
we've
that.
proven is that what they say on TV doesn't always.
Who the fuck was their coach last year?
The Cowboys coach?
Oh no,
McCarthy?
no, the Giants. Jason Garrett was the O coordinator.
Pat Shermer.
No, he wasn't. No,
No, the guy that is in the Patriots now. What's
Joe
his name?
Judge.
Joe Judge.
oh right, it
I
was.
don't know why I said Pat Shermer. He was like the old.
Did you see? Did you see Matt Patricia is calling plays on offense? He's the leading play caller at training camp right now. Matt Patricia, former defensive coordinator for the Patriots, possible offensive play caller this year.
The Patriots just do whatever they want.
They're so weird.
Yeah, I don't understand. They're just like whatever.
They might not specify a play caller. this
It'll be
year.
Bill
That's
just like sitting behind his hoodie, just like, all right,
weird. Bill should
X
call.
Y slant on 3.
Bill should call the defensive plays. He should.
Bill always calls the defensive.
Here's the
plays.
thing. I think he could call the offensive plays. He just doesn't want to give up the defensive plays. I think that's
Right.
the problem.
Bill would be the kind of coach.
So he doesn't give a fuck who
Yeah.
calls the offensive, but he doesn't.
Yeah.
He does not care.
Well, that's why him and McDaniels were so well together because he just
He was like, "All right, Josh, go ahead."
yeah, like literally
Yeah,
just.
and Josh did do that because he was there for so long.
Well, you got Tom Brady. It's pretty easy to run an offense, but at the same time, like
Well, yeah, you pretty much.
I still think he did a pretty good job last year.
If you're Josh McDaniels and you're the offensive coordinator and Tom Brady's your quarterback, you pretty much have another offensive coordinator there with you.
I feel like Josh McDaniels always did the best with what he had. Like, look at what he
Yes.
had with, like, when Cam Newton was there. Like, I would be like, what the fuck are we doing?
Yeah.
I'd be like, what are we doing? What's the next play?
so. Takeaways from this so far are when we go to predict the NFC East, just pull 4 names out of a hat, and that's the
Yeah.
division order.
I might do that.
We're gonna do that.
Yeah, I might do that.
We're doing that this year.
All right, NFC North, Lions, Packers, Vikings, Bears. Obviously, any guess? Order. that
We
you
all
had?
probably. Well, I probably didn't have the Packers first because I fucking hate the Packers.
Packers. I'm gonna think I went weird here.
I probably had the Vikings.
I'm gonna say
first.
Packers, Bears, Vikings, Lions.
You went Packers, Vikings,
Okay, I thought so.
Lions, Bears, and we went.
Oh wow.
We went Minnesota, Packers, Detroit, Bears. So kind of far off, kind of not.
When
far
did you
off.
get on? Oh no, that was after like 2-3 weeks.
Yeah,
It was
it
after
was-
the San
yeah,
Francisco.
when-
It
yeah,
was
w-
after the San Francisco game.
When you jumped on Green Bay.
Yeah, because they had that game-winning field goal in San Francisco, and then it just panned to Rodgers, and he was just jumping like a little kid. And I was sitting there in my room, and I was like,
He's gonna be doing
I
that
was
in
like, he's
February.
gonna
He
win
had
the Super.
he had like a Raven Simone
Yeah, like
moment
a-
where he just went into the future and he was
It was
like,
just one of those
"No."
moments where like I thought, looking back on the season, it was a comeback win. Because remember, San Francisco kicked a field goal with like 30 seconds left, and I think Green Bay had one timeout, and he throws like a 35-yard pass to Devontae, and then like a 20-yard pass to Tanya, and they're in field goal range, and then immediately timeout, and they take the field goal. So I was just like, this is
Yeah.
one of those moments that just leads into the rest of the season. Like they're just gonna keep like being on a roll. So obviously wrong.
I thought it would have been
Obviously wrong.
after they played the Bears and he was like, I own you. Yeah.
No, that only made me feel like more intense about it.
Yeah.
And then he just let me down and broke my heart. But
I think my heart
my heart hurt during that 49ers
it went
game.
no, it went out of my body when Roger said the "I own you" thing. I was like,
So it really
He
finished,
does.
It really finished Green Bay, Minnesota, Chicago, Detroit. So
we weren't that far.
we
off.
weren't far off, but me and you had incorrect division, and Detroit and Chicago flipped. So I guess kind of far off, but whatever. Minnesota is
Still
just
a huge Dan Campbell fan.
Minnesota is just a perpetual like underachiever every year, and I want to be high on them this year, but then they're just gonna win 9 games down or 8 games down.
no, yeah, they haven't made the playoffs either in 1 or 2 years. So
I'm gonna
they're,
leave it
they're
for
making
the
the playoffs
predictions.
this year, but fuck them. I don't care
I'm
about
gonna leave
Minnesota.
that for the next pod.
NFC South, Bucks, Saints, Panthers, Falcons.
Can we skip the NFC North when we do our predictions?
Yeah, we're definitely doing that.
It's just boring.
You had. Oh wait, do we all have the same thing?
NFC
We all
West
had
or
the-
South?
We all had the same thing. NFC South. Let's hear it.
We probably had Bucks first, I would assume.
You're gonna think this is.
Are you
so gross
sure?
when you hear it.
We said Falcons second, right?
No.
Or Panthers?
Well, you always
Yes.
like the Falcons.
We all had the same thing.
We're like,
I was-
why are we high in the
I
Panthers?
was weird with the NFC South last year because I think there was a point in time where I got like a little bit behind the Falcons.
Oh no! Well, you always
feel like-
you
yeah, no,
always
you
do
love
that.
doing
You always do that.
For a little while, you're always for like 3 or 4 straight during the season. You're like,
Atlanta.
And then he gets us to do it. He gets us to do it, and
no,
then we're
you're
like,
so good
stupid.
at talking to us. No,
And then we sit there, we're like, wait, the Falcons might be actually pretty.
you know what he
good.
said in the car the other day?
What?
He was like, "Who's the Falcons quarterback?" He goes, "Who's the Falcons quarterback?" I know Mariota. He goes, "They're winning 9 games." That's what he said to me. I don't know. They're not. He's like,
No, 8. I
Or
think I said 8. He loved a good 8-8 in Tennessee.
Ugh.
He threw 35 touchdowns his second year in the league.
But why did we have the Panther? Oh, because of Sam Darnold. Were you horny about Sam Darnold?
Yeah.
don't-
Oh, yeah.
That's bad.
Because it was Sam Darnold reuniting with Robbie Anderson. And
Yeah,
we
but
were,
McCaffrey was still there. Like, we thought they were going to be really good on offense. They had a good defense. We liked Matt Rule.
that's
Yeah,
true. I guess it really wasn't.
I
That.
still like Matt Rule, but he's on the hot seat.
Didn't they not have a shit record last year? The Panthers?
The previous year they went like 7-9.
Last year they sucked bad.
Like 2020 they were 7-9. Last year they were like 5-12.
Oh, God. Shit.
Your face.
But I don't
Were
know.
you-
I
were
feel
they
like
bad?
I'm always low on the Saints too. Like I'm just a perpetual
are.
like
Yeah,
Saints.
you've been saying that for like the last
3
2
years. Like 3 years. I'm just
You were like, no, the Saints are bad this year. And then they got rid of Breeze. You're like, no, the Saints are really bad this year.
and they pushed their win total.
Yeah, I'm good with them now.
Yeah, same.
I don't know. Last division. We'll wrap this up. Cardinals, Rams, Seahawks, 49ers. We all had different. Oh no, me and Antonio agreed. Me and Antonio agreed a lot. I don't know why.
That always happens.
We picked the Cardinals to win the division.
I'm always on like a lonely island.
We did
over
not pick the Cardinals to win the division.
Did I
said
pick the
Cardinals-
Cardinals?
We picked another icky team.
Did I pick the
Cardinals.
Cardinals?
We picked the 49ers?
Yeah,
I was high on the Cardinals.
you had Seattle winning the division.
Oh.
Seattle.
Cheeto.
You had Seattle, Arizona, San Fran, LA. Me and Antonio both had San Francisco, LA, Arizona, Seattle. So that wasn't too
Oh,
far
so
off.
I was really bad.
You were really bad with
I
that
was really
division.
bad.
That
Yep.
was like the division of death last year, though. Like going into the season.
Yeah, that was one where it was like
Seattle
I guess
ended up-
It could have played out anyway.
Yeah.
Seattle ended up sucking, but still, the other 3 teams made the playoffs.
And I think we knew one team from that division was going to make it to the Super Bowl.
That was
Like,
a division.
We definitely said that at least once last year.
Yeah, that was a division where it was just like there's way too many good teams in one place. And
That's why they need to shake it up, dude. Some of these other NFC divisions are so gross.
Like the North.
North.
I mean the
and
East. The East is just always.
all three except the NFC West are like kind of icky.
So we know our total. Obviously, I said that before. Our Super Bowl predictions.
Here we go. These are the good ones.
This is the good one. Do you remember your Super Bowl prediction?
I probably had the Patriots in there.
You did. So you took.
Oh, I know what I said.
That's so funny you did that. You took the under on the Patriots win total, and then you predicted them to the Super Bowl.
Must have been. That had to have been 2 different podcasts.
No,
it probably
Oh,
wasn't.
shit.
No, it probably wasn't. I'm a stupid idiot.
So you had Patriots who?
Wait, let me
You know
think.
the
Let me
answer.
think.
You
Was
know
it?
the answer.
I think I was boring.
Did I say Green Bay? Oh, the Bucks.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Which made sense. It's like Tom Brady against Patriots. Yeah, blah blah blah. Whatever.
I think it was more hopeful.
Oh wait, no, yeah. Let him do his AFC. I know mine was boring. My prediction.
No, he had the
Well,
Patriots.
yeah,
Patriots.
Super Bowl
Patriots.
tells
Oh.
us who we thought.
Mine was
win.
Bucks Chiefs, right? I thought I predicted Bucks Chiefs. Oh, Bucks Bills.
You definitely had Green Bay in there.
Nope. Chiefs is right.
Bills 49ers.
Chiefs is right.
Really? Oh, I said
Chiefs 49ers.
Chiefs 49ers.
I did say rematch. Shit.
Chiefs 49ers.
I know I said a rematch of something.
I had Buffalo Niners,
Oh, okay.
which
Could
both-
have happened.
That would have been
They
good.
both were kind of far, but whatever. MVP. We all had the same MVP pick. Josh Allen.
Okay.
And he still was pretty good. But
Yeah.
What's bad about that?
No,
it just
nothing.
wasn't right.
Comeback player of the year. This one's funny. Who did you both have?
I remember mine,
No
and I'm
idea.
scared to say it.
Was he
I don't
on
wanna say
defense
it.
for me?
Cam Newton.
Oh.
That was mine, right?
Yeah, you both had Cam Newton.
We both said Cam Newton. There's no way, dude.
I had Dak, which
Because
was,
that was when we still thought that Cam was going to start in New England
I
instead
mean,
of
he
him.
literally got. We recorded a podcast and then
He got cut like 2 days later. I was like, oh my god.
Defensive player of the year. This is the last.
Wait,
one.
who is your comeback?
Dak?
Okay.
I think he won it too.
Yeah.
Defensive player of the year.
I probably had like Joey Bosa or something.
You did have Joey Bosa.
Did I say Myles
We
Garrett?
both had Myles Garrett, and it was JT Watt.
It's because we were on that Cleveland train.
Oh, that's right.
But it's nice to look back and just reflect and say, like, you know, we're pretty bad at this.
I mean, the MVP and the comeback, like those are always,
Something random.
yeah, like
MVP is a little like you could probably get it. Like,
yeah, because you just have to say a top quarterback. Like it easily could have been Josh
I
Allen.
wonder the last non-quarterback to win. Let's
Was
do
it
a trivia question.
running back?
Last
Wasn't it a running back?
It has to be last non-quarterback to win the MVP was who?
It happened in the 2010s, right?
I have no idea.
Pretty sure it happened
We're-
like in the last 5 years.
Did
right?
Calvin Johnson ever win an MVP?
No, we're gonna Google this though. Everyone take a guess. I say
Did Adrian Peterson win one?
no. I say Sean Alexander was the last one
Sean Alexander.
because I know he won MVP.
Oh,
LaDainian? I mean,
I don't know if he won MVP, and that's crazy
okay.
to
Let me
say.
really think.
oh no, he didn't win MVP because that was the year Brady threw 50-something touchdowns.
I think it's Sean Alexander. That's who I'm going with.
Are we definitely going running back,
It's
or
yours,
could it be a
man.
wide receiver? No way, a wide receiver would win.
I think it's happened once or twice, if at all.
Wow, so it probably hasn't happened.
Maybe once
recently.
since like the 70s.
It probably hasn't happened recently, huh?
Oh, is it J.J. Watt? Is he the last non-quarterback?
He didn't win MVP that year.
Oh no, he's 3-time Defensive Player of the Year. I get
He
that.
almost did. He almost did.
That year?
Yeah.
No way.
Oh yeah.
When is this? 2012?
No, it was later. I think it was 14. Or
I don't know. Did you look
16.
it up? Do you have the answer?
Yeah.
I don't
want it.
even
I
know.
want the answer.
Final answer?
I don't have a guess.
Adrian Peterson.
What?
I didn't know. I
I
didn't know.
thought about
didn't
Adrian
think,
Peterson,
I
but-
didn't think he won it. I didn't think he won MVP.
I was like on the fence. I was like, I feel like he
So
won
what year was
MVP, but
that?
maybe not.
12.
2012.
That was
the
the
last
year.
time.
Yeah, that was the year he was like.
Yeah, he was a.
He almost broke the
fucking-
rushing record. Like.
Yeah, he was a freight train that year.
He's the best running back I've ever.
That's
seen.
why I was thinking. I was like, I know Derrick Henry didn't win it, but I'm trying to think of who else was like
Really
really
good.
good. Remember like how good like Patrick Willis was?
Yeah.
I was like, I thought about that for a second. I was like, no, there's no way you would have got MVP.
LaDainian Tomlinson and Sean Alexander both won MVP too as well.
He did
so.
win that year? Okay, so I think LaDainian
Did
did that
Lawrence
crazy
Taylor
season the
ever win
year
an
after
MVP?
the Pats went undefeated.
What are the last?
That was 08. That was
last
08.
defensive MVP?
Because I feel like if there was one, it probably was Lawrence Taylor, right?
Did Strahan win one? No, he won Defense Player of the Year 3 times.
There's no way he won an MVP.
I get these 3-time DPOYs mixed up with MVPs. Maybe
Lawrence Taylor does have an MVP. A kicker won MVP?
Yeah.
What?
And like, what, 79 or something?
82. Mark Mosley of the Washington.
Like, was he just like...
Oh, they won the
best
Super Bowl
kicker
that year,
ever?
though.
He must have, like, carried them the whole year. Like, they must have had so many, like, game-winning field goals and shit.
He got 41% of the vote.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Like, how good do you have to be a kicker to get that?
I need to see his stats from that year.
He must have not missed a kick or something. He literally must have won 100%.
That was right before, like, all the best quarterbacks ever came in the league. Like, that was, like, a year before Marino, Elway,
was a
Kelly.
down year for the NFL.
There was only 3 non-quarterback running back MVPs in NFL history.
So it's Lawrence Taylor, the kicker.
LT twice. No, not twice. I'm stupid.
Once. Lawrence Taylor, the kicker, and Alan Page of the Minnesota Vikings.
Was that like when plumbers were playing?
That was the purple people eaters, they called themselves back then.
Okay, yeah, that's fucking faded. That's faded that a kicker won an MVP.
The kicker winning an MVP is something I did not know until...
Listen, that kicker won a Super Bowl that year, so...
That was when
okay,
Washington...
that's fine. So did Vinatieri and fucking, you know... Like, Adam Vinatieri is, like, one of the best kickers ever. He never won an MVP.
Well, Adam Vinatieri is the best kicker ever.
But, like, how good do you have to be to get an MVP?
Yeah, did he kick 500 field goals?
Look this guy up. What's his name?
Mark Mosley.
It's probably not even close to being the best kicker ever.
Mosley. He's got to be a legend, dude.
Sure, he's in the Hall of Fame. He's got to be in the Hall of Fame.
You have to be the only kicker to win an MVP. Like the way
that's enough. That's
okay.
Enough
Do
to
we
get you in
think
the Hall
that'll
of
ever
Fame.
happen again?
No, but if you're
Right?
a kicker, and you're talking about a guy getting in the Hall of Fame, if you win an MVP as a kicker, you deserve to get in the Hall of Fame.
He has like the big, like he has the biggest bragging rights like ever. He gets,
did he throw touchdowns? I'm so confused right now.
What do you mean? Did he throw touchdowns?
His stats are putrid.
Oh, I bet he never kicked a 50-yard field goal in his life.
He went 20 of 21 on field goals. Like, not like that's bad, but like...
But like kickers kick way more field goals now.
And he went 16 of 19 on extra points, so he missed...
I'm sure I could find like a YouTube video on the 1982 MVP race.
Is that when did they play less games back then? Like that seems like a really low number.
That might be right when they started 16 again.
No, they played 16 games.
Again? No.
What the fuck?
That makes no sense, man.
He went 16 of 19 on extra points and 20 of 21 on field goals.
How many 50-yard field goals did he have? I bet not one. Does he even say it?
Oh, yeah. Back in, 82 or whatever?
I'm sure you could find an article or something on the 1982 MVP race. It's got to be out there and how...
All right, that's your homework.
How it ended up being a kicker.
That's your homework. Research this guy. Like, did he pay off the NFL like voters or something?
I'll be doing homework.
It must have just been a really faded year for the NFL. What team was he on? Washington. The Washington Redskins?
I think they were the best team probably in the league that year.
That's crazy.
The more you know.
1982 must have been the worst year ever.
Any parting thoughts before we hop off? That was a parting thought.
I just think our predictions are going to be...
way better.
I think they're going to be way better this year.
Someone's going to nail a perfect...
No, that's not happening.
Perfect.
Like across the board?
Across the board, perfect.
No way that's happening.
I'd be mad if I did that without having any kind of money in the line for it.
I mean, if you went perfect, like all totals, you would be.
I just feel like we're going to do better.
Let's shoot for it.
But at the same time, like think about how much parity was in the league last year.
There's parity in the league every year with the NFL, though.
But
I know, but that shit was wild.
Though last year, especially, like anybody could win on any week. Like, what if that happens like times 10 this year? Like, what if Houston makes a Super Bowl? Like, what the fuck? What?
He like shit his pants over here.
You shit your pants?
No.
I think you shit his pants.
I think he shit his pants too. We're out.
All right.
Adios.
Adios, everybody.
I gotta clean up.